These Pro XR glasses really did change my whole immersive gaming experience and consuming any type of media, especially on a plane or any tight commute that I'm doing. If I wanted like a bigger screen or something to block off my surroundings, these were my go-tos. And a year later, Viture decided to collaborate with me again and sent over their new Luma Series. Now we're gonna go through the unboxing experience real fast. These are the Viture Luma Pro XRs, their new upgraded augmented reality glasses, with a couple of upgraded features as well as a new upgraded look. I do want to say this is not a sponsored video. This is a collaborative piece between Viture and myself, so all opinions stated in this video are my own personal opinions. They are not seeing this video beforehand, and whatever gets uploaded is what it is. So before we start with these new upgraded features, we're pretty much looking at the same experience between these XR glasses. These glasses are meant for entertainment purposes. So most of the time, anyone that have these glasses would be using it for their commute, like a plane or train or bus, or anyone essentially if they want their own personal immersive 152-inch screen in front of them. The best use case for me most of the time would be if I can't see my screen. Like this. Man, it is hot. In situations like these where it's super bright outside, we can always depend on these Viture glasses to provide us with a more visible screen. Okay, so we just plug it in like this, just like the old glasses. And then the USB-C end goes into a working device like your phone. And then you can just see what you can't really see on your phone. Easy as that. So the electromagnetic film in this kind of forecast doesn't work that well. So the shades in the first one being clipped on works perfectly. I wonder if they can work interchangeably. We'll get that a try later. Oh, they do not fit. So even with the electromagnetic film turned on, I can still see my screen clearly, but it's not completely immersive blocked off setting, because light's still getting reflected this way too. But the best reason to have this would be for gaming, of course, the ROG Ally X. So we just unplug that and plug it in through here. So this is my setup right here. Right now, I can play any game I want. Well, any game that doesn't require internet right outside using a more clear experience. So it's great that these glasses work outside, but between this one and the first one, I still prefer the first one just because it has that complete block off. I can still see the screen more clear than now because it's still a really transparent look and the sun is so bright that it just kind of shoots right through that electromagnetic film. This is my setup for when I was traveling into Japan. On a plane, I would be having my ROG Ally X paired with the Viture Pro XR from last year. So this year, having a bigger screen and having more of an immersive experience, even outside, great use for it. The sun right now is just way too strong for it. Okay, I've been out here trying a bunch of different things and it's getting way too hot. But the point is, the Viture Luma Pro XR, they're great for outside use, especially when you're under a little bit of shade so you can cut off the reflection from coming from underneath the glasses. It makes it a really reliable screen for you to use on bright sunny days when you can't see it on the console itself. Now, jumping back. And we're back. We have several improvements from the Viture Pro XR to the Viture Pro Luma XR. I mean, these same features in the first version are already amazing. I've used it on all my trips and they provided all that was needed for an immersive experience. So this was the previous version of the Viture case. It is a hard shell case and it does have this flap that holds the USB-C cable. Now comparing it with the new one. This does look a lot more sleek compared to the first one. The material does feel a lot more premium as well. And then there's this beautiful blue color on the inside. Has that same protective material, but this one's a little bit softer. And also the same magnetic flap to hold the USB-C cable. It does seem like the magnet is a little bit stronger as well compared to the first one. Here are the Viture Luma Pro XR. It still looks amazing. The transparent aesthetic to this is a lot cooler than the previous version where it just looks like a normal pair of heavy duty sunglasses. But this one looks like the limited edition Steam Deck from previous years. That smoky transparent black along with those orange highlights. Here is where the USB-C magnetic cable is. Boom. So I do know the version that I have right now is the Luma Pro XR glasses. So the Luma Pro XR glasses and above has the magnetic USB-C cable. But when we go for the Viture Luma, which gets released in September, you can also find this all over their website too. The Viture Luma does not have that magnetic port. It looks like it's just a USB-C cable that plugs in. Yep, right here. So the Viture Luma glasses that's getting released in September, a cheaper alternative, has a USB-C cable that connects to the end of the stem. So you're probably wondering why spend around $400 to $500 on something like the Viture Luma Pro XRs. Well, you're not necessarily using it for any 3D experience, something more of a static flat screen TV projected right in front of your face. Carrying something like this around for those kind of capabilities does seem a lot better than carrying something around like a virtual reality headset that can do the exact same thing, providing you those same screens, but these are much heavier. Something like this, or the Vision Pro, or even the Meta Quest 3. You don't want to carry something as chunky as that onto any of your commutes. Just to project a more personal immersive screen, it's not worth it as much. So these would be the best alternative for those frequent travelers. So the Viture glasses has a couple of buttons. On the right stem, there's only one single button, and that is used to turn on the electromagnetic film. See how it's so much darker than the other one? And also using that same button, you can turn on the RGB. So you hit it twice, it turns it off, and you hit it twice, it turns it off. But the thing about mine is that I can't really get it to work correctly. So if I control the volume, I can turn it on and off, but it's not really a big deal breaker because I can't really see the RGB strips when I'm wearing the glasses. So you have three buttons here. These buttons control volume and also brightness of the screen. So if you want to control the volume, you can either turn it down or turn up. But if you want to control the brightness, you just hit the top button once and then up and down to control the brightness of the screens. When you're looking through the glasses, it will tell you which option you're on, either brightness or volume. Another great thing about these glasses is that they have adjustable stems. They're great when you're trying to adjust the screen to better fit within your view compared to the first version where it doesn't have any adjustable screens. And because of that, you have to use the neckband and then go into its own separate dedicated app just to control where you want to put the screen. But with these ones, because you have different levels from nose pieces, you can just pick the one that holds the glasses up a little bit higher for you. So I picked the highest one, and then I can just turn the lens down a little bit just to keep the screens perfectly centered for me so nothing gets cut off. So the Viture Luma Pro has two micro OLED screens from Sony. So these are really clear panels with 4K-like experience. Keywords 4K-like. So it's not super 4K, but they are condensing a lot of pixels into a small panel, which gives it that 4K-like clarity. We're looking at 1920 to 1200. That gives us the 16:10 aspect ratio, going up to 1000 nits. That's super bright for a small panel that's right up close to your eyes. For gaming and for entertainment use, such as watching movies or even videos, it's a great accessory to have for those kind of entertainment purposes. These are also 120 hertz panels, so everything looks smooth, especially when we're watching any videos or playing games capable of going up to 120 frames per second. So these Viture Luma Pros, you're probably asking, do you have to wear them with your glasses? That's definitely a no. You don't have to. They do have these dials right on top of the glasses for you to adjust nearsighted and farsightedness. So for me, I do use these Viture glasses without my prescribed glasses. I just one at a time shut one eye and then adjust using these dials, and then I'll do the same for my other eye. Now the speakers to these glasses are right on the stems. These Harman audio speakers are fantastic. These are a little bit louder than the first version and definitely has better clarity than the first ones. These glasses can be plugged into virtually anything that has a USB-C port that supports display. So for example, my ROG Ally X or any of my Windows handhelds or any of my retro handhelds like Anbernic 35XX SP or even the Retro Pocket 5 or even the Iron Odin 2 Portal or the Iron Odin 2 Mini or even the Iron Odin 2 Pro. The only couple of devices that actually does not work with plugging in directly are the Nintendo Switch lineups. That's why Viture also provides the Viture Mobile Dock Pro. This dock, I don't know what kind of magic they do with it, but it bypasses the USB-C port on the Nintendo Switch and gives you that display function. So you just take this, plug this end into that Switch logo orange and blue, and take the other USB-C end and plug it into the Nintendo Switch, and then the USB-C that connects to the glasses and plug them into the port. Now, what's great is that this also works as a battery pack. Not only is the glasses drawing power from the Nintendo Switch, but it's also getting charged as well. And it's probably one of the most perfect setups, especially when it comes to traveling. It's awesome how it works. Like the ROG Ally X that has two USB-C ports, I plug one into the charger and plug the other one into the glasses, and then it's hands-free. All I need on my lap is a controller and the glasses acts as a TV. So I don't need to hold anything like the handheld that can get a little bit too heavy, especially when sitting on your lap. So Viture also sent me this USB-C to two other USB-C ports for the charger or the glasses. And this primarily plugs into your phone to use the Spacewalker app. So when you connect this controller to your phone and then the glasses to the other end, you can use something similar to a Meta headset. So with this new Spacewalker app, you don't really need to use the Android neckband that they provided in the first version anymore. You can go straight to using the glasses with that plug. So that Android neckband turned into this small little adapter for that new Spacewalker app. And you can do other things such as multi-display windows or use it for changing any of your 2D videos or sources of media to a 3D immersive experience. Now, out of all the 3D experiences I had, this is probably one of the best ones that I've tried so far. It's not something like virtual reality. It's something a little bit more like converting all your 2D experiences to a more fuller 3D depth of field. Another great thing I noticed is that there's this camera in the center. Viture cares about your privacy. So it does come with this black sticker cover that you can place right on top. I took mine off to share with you guys that sticker. But let's say when you get the glasses and you want to cover that up and the previous sticker is already gone, they give you extras. Look at that. With Viture, you're covered, always. So that's cool that they care about our own privacy as well. And that's pretty much the Viture Luma Pro. The experience that you're looking for is pretty much just like the Viture Pro XRs. It's just that from the Viture Pro to the Viture Luma Pro, there's just more of an improvement in the quality of life, such as more clarity in speakers, from the Harman stereo sound to the Harman audio EFX. The projected screen went from 130 inch to 152 inches, and there's essentially no more need to use a shade. Instead, you get 100% blackout electromagnetic film that gives you that perfect immersive experience without carrying that much. So for the Viture glasses, the first version, they don't sell anymore, but I believe they were around $400. As of right now, the Viture Luma base model is $400. The Viture Luma Pro is $500, which is the one that I have. The Viture Luma Ultra is $600, and the Viture Beast is $549. Now those are a little bit different, especially the Luma and the Beast. They're coming out later in the year. They have some pretty cool features that I'm looking forward to as well, such as the micro OLED panels that are used in the Viture Luma Ultra and the Viture Beast. It's even a step further, and as of right now, these micro OLED panels from Sony are already amazing. From the first version to the second version, how much better it can get. And that's everything about the new Viture Luma Pro. What you're looking at is a pair of glasses that gives you a more immersive gameplay experience, and it actually works. Compared to other glasses, I think Viture does it the best when it comes to giving you that experience that you're asking for. I'd like to thank Viture again for giving me the opportunity to not only show their previous version, the Viture Pro, but also giving me the chance to showing you guys even the new Luma series, the Viture Luma Pro. And hopefully Viture will want to collaborate on their next upcoming launches for the Viture Luma Ultra and the Viture Beast. From what Viture showed me, I can say I'm super excited for it, and I definitely want to try it again, so hopefully we get in touch again. Thanks for watching to the end, and as always, a great way for you guys to help out this channel is to share this video to a friend that's looking for the next level immersive gaming experience or their own personal theater. Give this video a like and subscribe. Thanks guys, peace.